what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Life on the MidCard. And we've reached that milestone, boys. We've gotten to double digits. Episode number 10. X, as you would say, Dick.
X.
Yep, that yellow rope edition, as a rope toad would say. So we're back, and we are 1 week away from Wrestlemania. So, of course, we got to build up that card because we don't know what's going to be happening. I'm not going to lie to you, boys. This card is kind of subpar in my view. There's a few matches kind of standing out to me, but I don't think this build-up for this Mania has been anywhere as good as the last couple of years. What do you guys think?
For the go-home Raw that's supposed to get you excited for Mania?
Yeah.
No way. There's 3 matches total that I'm excited for, and that's really it. And there's, what, 8? Are we almost at 10? Are we at 10?
We have 10, not including the pregame.
Oh, jeez.
The pre-show.
I think one of the ones that I wanted got freaking demoted to the pre-show, so it's like, I don't really even... And I'm going to watch it, don't get me wrong. I ain't going to pay for it, but I'm going to watch it. I don't know, I'm not too excited. The build-up started pretty good with the whole Punk versus Undertaker, but then I think that's really the only thing that's getting me excited week after week, and that's about it.
Yeah. Before we jump into to the WrestleMania talks, we'll go through every match individually. Some sad news came about on the whole wrestling world. Is Ric Flair's son died, Reed Flair. That came out of nowhere, and that just recently we were just reading about how good he was doing in Japan. That one really came out of nowhere. It's always kind of hard to hit you when a wrestler passes away because they're always putting their body in so much danger. Really, even though it's scripted and everything in between, it never really hits you, especially a young guy like Ric Flair's son. And from what I heard he was pretty damn good, actually. I heard he was impressing a lot of people in Japan, and it sucks for Flair, with his lifestyle and stuff he has to go through. That kind of hit home for the WWE. I'm surprised they didn't talk about it at all in terms of they had it on their .com stuff, but thoughts and prayers to their families. That's definitely not going to be an easy thing to get over. In lighter news, though, the bad guy, Razor, Oozing Machismo, the bad guys, he got over $100,000 already
100
going on that amount.
The Indiegogo site, man. Yeah.
Roto's looking at me like, how much did you get? Is that what you're thinking?
No.
What are you thinking?
I was like, oozing machismo, more like boozing machismo.
That's a low blow, bro.
Whatever.
He's saying it's
like he hasn't earned it.
He's saying like that's not machismo, that's just like the beer being swelled.
Yeah, no, he's not oozing machismo, it's a little bit something else.
Yeah.
Just sweating it out.
Well, I will say this. I didn't donate a dime. I probably won't donate anything, but I wish him the absolute best. Said it before. Apparently, he's set for that surgery. It's already in the books, and they're going to take care of everything else for him. He's looking a lot better. I don't know if you guys see that video that he posted on there saying thanks for all the money that they donated and stuff like that. He was being really humble about stuff, saying that he's in a better state of mind, and that Jake's super supportive of him, and he's somebody he can talk to about a lot of stuff. So that's really cool. And at the very end of it, he's like, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up or make any promises, but you guys made a good investment in Razor and stuff like that. So that's really cool. I mean, we're not going to see him in a match or anything like that, but at least the guy's back on his feet. At least it looks like it. I mean, hopefully he stays that way. But man, the wrestling fans sure care, dude. $100,000. That's a big milestone.
Somebody also, I think, donated $3,500 to go to the accountability crib.
Accountability crib.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. I thought that was you at first. I'm like, did you go into your Razor fund to try to go visit him?
Jesus, I wish I had that money to spend on fucking donating it to Razor. I got bills to pay, bro.
Meanwhile, that person probably won't donate a dime to
to
the PETA or anything like that.
Yeah. All those dogs that are dying from that commercial.
Those commercials are
Like
heartbreaking.
Sarah McLachlan killing all these animals.
She gotta do that to me, man.
Yeah, and my evening.
No shit, you're having a good time, people are over, then out of nowhere that commercial, instant buzz kill, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's like, don't euthanize these dogs. I'm like, quit euthanizing my good time. Jesus.
I swear, it ruins lunch every time. Like, oh, great, got my lunch break, gonna relax an hour, and 15 minutes in.
Once you hear that song. too. It's like, oh no.
Fuck.
You guys are really good with it.
And then you almost feel bad changing the channel. I do. I'm like, ah.
I don't, because, like, you know what? I've always been good to animals, and I'd rescue one if I could, but I'm not gonna watch that shit. I'm not. It's awful.
Yep. In other news around the internet, Ziggler had an interview recently, and Roto, you said you listened to that. What was some good stuff of
It
that?
wasn't really like a listen, it was more like a read.
Okay.
But mainly what he says, they were asking him like how he felt about part-timers, you know. I would say like four out of 6 wrestlers in the main, like, headlining WrestleMania are part-timers. And he was like, you know, I think it sucks. I think it's bullshit. But he said he's using it as motivation. He wasn't necessarily saying that it's bad for the company. He says he knows it's good for business. And he says it'll get people tuned in, and he sees it as an opportunity to steal the show. So, you know, people will tune in to be like, oh, what's up with Undertaker and CM Punk? But afterwards they'll be like, hey, what'd you think about that Dolph Ziggler guy? So, I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, he's probably not the only one that feels that way in that particular locker room. I know I'm not. I feel the exact same way. I mean, as much as I like seeing Undertaker and all that and Triple H, it's kind of like, man, there's a lot of guys left off the card, or even guys that are on the card that are in like just some pointless ass matches.
Relegated to garbage.
I mean, let's think about it. I mean, a year ago, Sheamus was the World Heavyweight Champion. Now he's in some stupid 6-man tag. Granted, it's with the Shield. I think it'll be a decent match.
Opponents,
But like, Randy Orton should be closing the show of WrestleMania. I mean, let's think about it. I mean, once he's heel, I think he'll be there. Yeah. But he's on some bullshit matches.
I wouldn't be as upset if kind of like what you kind of going off what you were saying is that you're giving the part-timers the spotlight, but you're at least building the rest of them to have an opportunity to show what they can do. You know what I mean?
Triple H and Brock Lesnar, that's part-timer versus part-timer.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? And that'll be probably the third to last match.
And look at it this way. I don't think we want... What am I trying to say? All right. Old Manias, it was Mania to build the new talent. You got the new people, they're WrestleMania moments. Yeah. So, you know, like, oh shit, this man on the grandest stage of them all really, you know, showed how good he is.
Yeah.
Lately, it's been more, like you said, let's make money, let's bring in some big, you know, part-timers that we know people are going to watch because, you know, they have that, I remember them from years ago type of, you know, mentality. And what's next year? WrestleMania 30, which is probably going to be another even bigger, grander stage. So I think from a young talent standpoint, it's not going to be until 31 happens is when I think they're going to start, all right, let's go back to how we used to do it. Let's get this big one out of the way because we're in New York, and then we're going to have the huge, massive WrestleMania 30 next year, which will probably be another one of this. You know, part 3 of Rock vs. Cena, maybe. And then I think 31 will almost start like the new...
It all depends, like, because we all know that, like, as much as we think the storylines are set in stone, hell, it wasn't a month ago that, you know, Randy Orton and Sheamus for the World Heavyweight was, like, quote-unquote in stone. Yeah. And look where it's at now.
Yeah.
But it all depends. Like, I think CM Punk had such a good year this year that it would be tough to not have him in the main title picture this time next year, you know, depending on what side he is against Cena. I mean, him and Cena headlining the WrestleMania, as many good matches as they've had, they've never headlined a WrestleMania.
And I'll pay to watch it.
And you know it'll be phenomenal. They could pull off like an Iron Man match.
Yeah.
They could do like a best 2 out of 3 falls to headline a WrestleMania. That would be huge.
Amazing.
And, I mean, anything could happen. It's tough to say, like, depending on how this match goes with The Undertaker. If it's shitty on Undertaker's half, just because, like, I mean, to no fault of his own, he's just old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's put in his time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, if that sucks, you would have to think that might not happen next year. Rock vs. Brock is scheduled for next year, so it's not. I at least know it's not going to be Rock Cena. I think it all depends on how this next calendar year goes leading up to, you know, by the time Royal Rumble, like December rolls around, it's pretty much in stone what everything's going to happen.
Connect the dots.
But, I mean, there's a lot of time leading up to that. I mean, injuries happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cena seems to be wearing down. Punk's taking at least a month or 2 off after WrestleMania, so, I mean, you never know what could happen. But I do understand where Dick's coming from in the fact that because it's 30, you know, it's going to be a huge deal. We got to bring everybody back. So
yeah, maybe Steve Blackman will be in it.
Who knows?
We can
What
hope.
about Stevie Richards? No? Right?
Hey,
Censorship?
You saw that?
No?
If Val comes back, I'll watch it.
I don't know if you saw it too. That Shamrock said he wants another go around.
I did see that, yeah.
So, like,
but apparently Vince is like ignoring him or something.
well,
He was like,
Shamrock against Blackwood in another Lions Den match? Sign me up.
yep.
Shamrock
Booked.
do it though. You know that motherfucker's still in
He
shape.
still looks good, yeah. So
Guys like
good.
that, like, just don't quit being in shape.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Man, I was gonna say something. I had it. It was in the back of my mind. I fucking lost.
Some of that Lions Den match. That's all I can think about right now.
Blackman.
No.
Steve
Kendo sticks.
I lost.
Job Squad.
It'll come up.
Alright, we're good.
It'll come up.
What else?
One thing that me and the Road Tour are gonna watch it in a group. We're doing it at work. We're doing this whole like get together. Start watching it. What I'm gonna be looking for is I'm gonna be seeing. I want to see from the third eye view, the people that they know The Rock and they know that like who's that guy. But I want to see who like stands out the most to them. My money's on Ziggler though, and that's what I want to see. I want to test out the waters to see if they see is that regular wrestling quote unquote fan for that day or whatnot. See what we see in the people like Ziggler and Daniel Bryan and Big E and all that stuff and the Shield. So I'm kind of anxious to see what people react to.
My money's on Punk too, because I would guarantee 8 out of 10 people who do not watch wrestling had no clue who CM Punk is. In all honesty, like everyone knows who Cena is.
Yeah.
He's been in movies and stuff like that. At this point, I would assume everyone knows who Randy Orton is.
He doesn't say his name often, so it's kind of hard to know.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
I wish. As much as I love Orton, man, but god damn, I just kind of want to coach him on a promo. Like, here, just go read this. But instead of being natural, be someone else. But yeah, I think CM Punk. I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Even like the people that were in that era, the people that watched it back then, kind of like how Dick was. Dick wasn't big into the wrestling as we were until recently within the last about year or so. And I would tell him about Punk, and he remembers like, man, you used to always talk about that guy at CM Punk and how there's some potential and he's being wasted and all that sort of stuff. And dude, when he got back into it, he started watching all the other tapes like that. That guy got it, dude.
Yeah, Punk is the one that made me realize, all right, I need to watch this every fucking.
He's the reason he came back to us, pretty much. So, yeah, I agree 100%. But yeah, in other news, my Del Real shirt made the cut.
That
my
neon
lime green
thing,
one. Don't worry, I already pre-ordered 3 of
Crossing
us.
guard green. Jesus.
Yes. Not even. That's a fucking airline. Like,
Jesus.
come on in. Landing.
Turn that shit down.
He had 2 shirts.
Hey, that's a Ziggler shirt. That color is a straight up Ziggler shirt. Like
I like the color a lot. I don't know what you guys are
That way Vince McMahon can be like, we're not racist, we gave him 2 shirts.
An American flag on both.
Yeah, so they pulled down the American flag. I don't like the whole the HBK heart on all of them. I'm not gonna buy
Let's
it.
not tell him about that.
I'm all for HBK, but why does he have to have it? That's HBK's heart. Leave it for him. You know what I'm
I should put
saying?
it that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck Del Rio.
Do you think they're gonna release like HBK camouflage boots that we can wear with the logo on them?
They didn't necessarily release them, but I may or may not have them.
Got that Etsy work going on at home, huh? Build that shit in the basement.
I look in the mirror cross-eyed. Look into the eyes of Shawn Michaels.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
It's kind of hard.
Read my lips. You want to look into the eyes of Shawn? No, I don't either. There, no.
You guys are horrible.
Hey, man, I think
Hall of Famers.
well deserved.
Yeah. So, Coco Beware is a Hall of Famer too. Right?
Never mind.
Yeah, I guess you're putting anybody in. So is convicted felon Mike Tyson.
There you go.
Oh, yep.
There you go.
Yep. Let's go into Raw real quick, because we're not going to go far into this, but
No.
I wasn't expecting much for this show, but thank God I didn't pay for that show. I went to one of the last Raw before Mania, and it was amazing. I went to the one for the second Triple H Undertaker one, and that was a phenomenal Raw. This one was hot garbage. The promos were god-awful. There was barely any build-up with any matches.
Nothing.
The last segment with Punk was cool. I like the whole urn and bathing in it. And
Did you see on the internet that the Moody kid wasn't happy with it?
Yeah, they're not. Bear's sons are not all that happy with what went on.
What they said was and I guess he put it on Facebook or Twitter or something, was like, it's true that we gave WWE the green light for tonight's storyline. Totally different to see it on TV. Don't know what to say.
Yeah, they gave them the green light. I guess WWE went to them, told them like their ideas of what they want to do, and they said, "Yeah, that's fine. That sounds cool." And then they saw it and was like, "Wait a minute, that's not really what we thought was going to happen."
I don't think it was. I think it is what they thought was going to happen, but just, I guess, like, seeing it.
Just the way Punk sold it.
I mean, I guess maybe, like, too soon type of deal, but this is just me. And I mean, like, maybe I have a different relationship with my old man, but, like if my dad was, like, involved in wrestling as much as, you know, Paul Bearer was.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, we did a segment like that, my dad would be all for it. But, I mean, hey, that's just me. That's just the relationship I have with my dad. I mean, I just don't take that shit too seriously. I mean, obviously it wasn't his real ashes, for God's sake.
You could tell it was sand. That's
it wasn't even the right color.
Yeah,
right.
It was right away it's sand.
Yeah.
But it was still a really cool old school segment.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. It did its job.
But yeah, apparently he was
Punk looked super evil.
He wasn't saying anything to WWE like, hey, that's not what we said.
Right. More on the lines like
more on the lines was like, man, that kind of came out a little bit different than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is like you thinking about, you know, that's what Paul Bear would want. That's what my dad would want to happen, you know, the show to go on and whatnot, and for them to do it for the better of the business. But I mean, who's ready to see that? I mean, how do you know how you're going to react to it till you finally see it, and then have the idea that could quote unquote be my father's ashes or whatnot?
No, I mean,
by the way, I didn't even know it was Paul Heyman the entire time.
It was so good.
Until the final, I was like, is that really him?
That was money,
dude. He's so good. And I don't know if it was him doing the voice. But that was
that was really good.
I think it was.
It's Halloween costume of the year already.
Yeah.
April. Jeez.
He did a really, really, really good job.
Roto's going to be the Raw Shawn Michaels this year, right? Is that what you're gonna be for Halloween this year?
Like a $40
costume. You're going to go to Cabela's and just raid their clearance? Or
some jeans, dude. I just want to tell HBK, like, light jeans aren't in anymore, bro. They're just not.
Woo, man.
Way too many shades too light.
I'm expecting the camouflage. I wasn't expecting that much camouflage. You know what I mean? Like, I expected 1 to 2.
He had a lot of layers of camouflage on him.
Yeah.
He looked like he just got back from the hunt.
Him and Stone Cold were hanging out before the friggin' Raw, and they're like, oh, shit, I gotta go to work, Steve. All right, go in. That's what happened.
Stone Cold, he's like, I can't drive.
But Dick, what were you saying earlier? You were fucking expecting a deer carcass?
Oh, that was Joey Styles tweeted something like, one of these days, Shawn Michaels is just going to come out with a deer carcass as well. Just like, just go all out. What?
Like, hang it up from the rafters and start cutting it while he's cutting his promo.
This was for you.
Daryl Dixon crossbow in one. This piece is for you.
This piece is for this guy right here. God, man.
Oh, man.
It's still good to see him.
Yeah. Are you kind of? We'll go more. We'll leave Sean for when we get to the card because I have some more to talk about Sean. But yeah, I mean, honestly though, I mean it's the Raw before Mania, and I think my mindset would be the same thing. You know, protect your assets. You don't want a major injury to occur.
Yeah, that's why Punk hasn't done any house shows in the last month, and like hasn't wrestled on Raw in at least a month. So, because I mean he's banged up as it is. You don't want him hobbled going into biggest show of the year.
Absolutely. And like you were, I don't want him to either. Like I said, like you were kind of alluding to earlier, you want the people that don't know who CM Punk is to see what we see. You know, you want them to see him do that sort of stuff. But yeah, we won't go much to the Raw. I think we should just go right into the card and go into depth. I think we'll dissect every single match. 2 things that kind of come out to me right away is that Cesaro has not been announced for a match at Mania, which is very, very sad. Because the man is super athletic, somebody they should completely build upon, and they have nobody to face.
He has a belt as well?
He has a belt.
There's a possibility of on SmackDown, because, as everyone knows now, Mr. McMahon has a Twitter.
Say what?
Yeah. And he announced that...
Raw's 1 or 2 hours.
Oh, if that's the big reveal...
I'll take it.
No, but there's a big reveal on SmackDown, and I'm assuming that there'll be some sort of, Battle Royale or some shit for the U.S. title.
Oh, yeah.
Something. That's the only thing I can think of.
Right, because they filmed half of SmackDown, and they're supposed to film the other half at Access this week, which they didn't do last time. Last time when I went, fucking 5 hours of wrestling. It was ridiculous. Oh, this is enough for me for one show.
For 1 week, right?
If they say that SmackDown's going to 3 hours, I still won't watch it.
I'm going to tell you it goes to half an hour. It becomes main event.
Saturday Slam, dude. That's what it is now.
I'll catch it.
That's pretty hard because you love sci-fi, so I was surprised you didn't get a chance
It's probably
to
the
watch
only
it.
thing on sci-fi I don't watch.
Yeah.
SmackDown's on. Fuck it. Change it.
I'll wait for Haven.
This piece of shit.
Wait for Haven.
Oh my
It's
god.
Ed's show, right?
Ever since they got rid of Teddy. Place him a book, who I obviously love, but...
Hey, man, you haven't been watching, but there's some heat. There's some tension between those two. I don't know. I can see a power struggle.
No.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a Hall of Famers, though. We'll see.
And then Laurinaitis came back last week on there,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's gonna be oh man, not a tag match, a triple threat match.
Teddy has no idea what to do.
How bad is it that we were more excited that John Laurinaitis came back than The Rock?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yep.
Well, it was story time with The Rock again on last SmackDown.
Ah, fucking hate
Can
story time with The Rock.
maybe go back to film another movie time? I don't.
Jeez. Don't worry, he will after.
What's he got coming out? Oh, Hercules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing that.
Yeah,
And he's trying to get into Star Wars. Stay the fuck away from my Star Wars, Rock, alright?
So he wants to try and be Boba Fett, but I mean...
Get
Oh,
out.
no,
No.
fuck you. No, it ain't happening.
Boba Fett wasn't some steroid
Hey,
cock diesel motherfucker.
jeez.
Maybe he could be like, you know, the creature that's in Jabba the Hutt's pit.
The fucking Rancor. He could be
Yeah.
the Rancor. I like it.
Could be. He's built like him.
Jeez.
Another match or another thing they haven't done anything with is the Diva's title. Caitlin's been champion like for 3 months and has defended it half once, like nothing. Like she's barely done
Snuka
anything.
once, I think, and that's about it right there.
Oh, she did the AJ thing like a week ago.
It
Right?
wasn't, yeah,
It was a count out. It wasn't for the belt?
It was for the belt, no.
I thought it was just a count out. She didn't win it or whatever. But I would really like. I want to see this match only because I want to see AJ win it. Because I think honestly, I think she's had her turn already. They pass that thing around so often, but they just give it to AJ eventually. And we'll talk more about that when we get to the Ziggler thing. But I want her to have that title, and it's not gonna mean much to her, but
Gotta have all the gold, dude.
That'd be
what I'm
so
going
nice.
to.
It'd
That's
be
what
so
I'm
nice
going
if she
towards.
gets that belt and then throws it away and brings back the women's title. Like, I don't think this.
I don't think he'll do that.
Like,
I
how
think they
great would
literally
that be?
retired that title for Trish Stratus. I'm pretty sure.
The women's belt?
Oh yeah, because I mean, actual women's wrestling is over.
Yeah, true.
Now it's just the belt. The audacity of that belt matches how bad the Divas division is right
Good
now.
point right now. Ugh.
The
I
thing
like
is
Jeff
called
Hardy's
Divas.
belt.
It's fucking terrible. Looks like a Barbie belt.
It-
With butterflies and shit on
It's the goddamn tramp stamp of a belt, is what it is. That's
It
what
is
it
the
is.
tramp. You're like, oh, dude, you see that chick? She's got the Divas belt. Might as well be a bullseye.
that reverse Divas belt.
She got the Divas belt. Man, that too. That's my shit. Man, I'll tell you what, I got no more words. See what I did there?
There you go. 10
Nice.
points for you.
Woo!
10 points for you.
Woo,
Even though you hate that song,
off the cuff.
I blast that shit all the time. Like, oh, this again.
God, I just imagine that ridiculous face paint that he wears.
I don't mind the face paint. I hate the convulsions he goes
The
into.
gyrations, that's why I couldn't
That's
say
just
it
a
hard.
side effect of the drugs.
Yeah. Another one.
That's the
a Matt Hardy finisher. The side of it.
Oh,
Jesus, you're on fire.
Dang!
Yes!
Whew.
I'm waiting for you to throw
Welcome
a twist
back.
of fate somewhere.
Welcome back. I needed that week.
Didn't lose it. Jesus.
Needed that week.
One of the things I love about Mania is the fancy, elaborate entrances and all this, crazy ass shit. Is there any major celebrity like confirmed? Like last year we had Flo Rida.
Diddy.
He's there.
Diddy is gonna perform, which must be why they got rid of the Miz. So I'm thinking of it.
Can't have another match because you have to have Diddy there. Great.
Really? Yeah. So he's I think gonna be the Flow Rider of this year. Diddy.
Like,
Because I mean it's New York again, so although
Oh.
it's technically Jersey, but whatever.
yeah, good thing Ryder's in the match.
Oh, they should have had Bon Jovi for Jersey,
They should.
and then I for sure would not have watched it. Jeez.
I was gonna say that's terrible.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi or Chris Jericho?
Bon Jovi.
They look exactly the fucking same.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like
that
that
new
you're
hairdo
listening
that
to.
he's got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, they look the same.
And then borrow Shawn Michaels' hat. And there you go.
They both make terrible music.
Whoa.
I thought you were a Fozzy
Calm
Holic,
down.
man.
I listen to it at the gym.
The
'cause it makes
Scowls
me
is the
angry.
Fozzy hat.
Scowls is Fozzy.
I listen to it at the gym. It makes me angry. Puts me in a lifted mood. That's about it.
Cool.
He's trying to sell me so hard that he loved Fozzy. Fucking Scowls, you don't like Fozzy.
I think he does.
Fucking awful music. Anyways, entrances, all that fancy shit. Here's what I'm putting my money on. Alberto Del Rio comes out to a full set mariachi band. I'll be happy enough with that. I'll take that.
Playing the new version of the song?
They got nothing else to do, so
No.
god awful song.
You know how Cena could get like serious boos? He came out in some Red Sox gear. That would be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, heel turn. Here we go.
Here we go.
But he'll probably come out to some
Fucking
I don't know,
sky blue shirt or
and a bunch of like homeless people singing.
he's gonna come out to that. He's gonna come out to that fucking that Del Rio green, and Del Rio's like, "Well, so much for my shirt."
He's like,
There.
well, just like Ziggler, you don't like breast cancer.
Yeah, only one man can hate breast cancer.
Dios mío.
Triple H always has like a fancy entrance. I have no idea what he's gonna do. Last year he had like those college football things where they come out of with the skull.
Oh,
Yeah.
I really dig the year that he threw the sledgehammer through the glass. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. I don't know. Cena always has some sort of elaborate crap. Last year he had. The year before was the chorus or whatever, and
What was last year? Did he?
He
No,
came
last year he had MG Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah.
And then the year before last, I think he had like what was it like the fucking
Of course. Yeah. He
and
had
then there was one year where he had like soldiers or something doing like
the Marines
guns.
doing
Yeah.
the flipping the guns.
The best one he had was in Detroit when he came in that Mustang.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I like that entrance a lot. Yeah, I love how CM Punk never does any of that stuff. If you watch like the what do you call it? The Best in the World Blu-ray, he was like, why do I get pyro? Like it's WrestleMania. He's like, I don't want pyro or whatever. And he wasn't expecting it. He had all that fancy stuff. I mean, it's nothing different or anything, but he doesn't care for that. He just wants to put on a good show, a good wrestling show.
And it's all part of his thing, I think. He's not really like flashy as much as he is in the ring, but he's kind of class. I mean, he is old school. He's totally Attitude Era. But
Yeah.
it's neither here nor there.
Yep.
We're gonna miss him for like 2 to 3 months. You watch.
I think so too. I think he's gone for at least 2 months minimum. We'll get more into that a little bit later. Let's start off with the main event of the show. Full of Funk with the Funkadactyls versus Team Road Scholars with the Bella Twins. I'll give you this.
Tons of funk, man.
Tons of funk, full of funk. I don't care. Whoever.
Full of
Sweet
shit.
Tea's there. That's all I care about.
Fuck you, man.
Why are you so upset with Sweet Tea?
Because I don't want to get involved in the fucking wrestler formerly known as Tensai, Albert A-Train, whatever the fuck his name was. How he has a spot on that goddamn Mania card over 2 other people.
Well, I just think somebody's mad at the Miz isn't on the show.
It's not even just the Miz. Alright, I can get involved in the Miz conversation later, but it's just Barrett too, man. Come on.
The idea that the IC belt isn't on the card is, that thing is prestigious.
I mean,
there's so many good matches
just because
for it.
it's prestigious doesn't mean it's worth anything right now.
Yeah, they haven't done anything with
I mean,
it.
the Cubs franchise is prestigious, but they're fucking worthless. And I'm a Cubs fan.
Yeah,
So,
right there with you.
I think this is just their way, or this is Vince's way of, you know what, I need my dancing, so I gotta put,
The Divas.
yeah, the
It
Divas
does two
and the
things.
Funk.
You get Divas in a match, and you get dancing.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
that's exactly what Vince was looking at.
This is entertainment.
I will say this though, they wrestled well on Raw. The Funkadactyls against the Bella Twins.
That was like my
That was a pretty good match.
one of my 3 best overall moments. Was that match was really good.
That Bella Twins outfit, that was really good.
Twins outfit are just that is just wrong. Like I'm looking at it like, oh my god, this is so nice, so nice to look at.
It was good.
Cena
Good shit.
smashing that, which isn't a huge surprise, but the fact that Daniel Bryan's hobo ass is smashing one of them is unreal to me.
That means there's hope for us all.
Yep.
He must be packing heat. It's the only thing that makes sense.
That short, stout guy right there. Yeah, I can see it. I don't want to see it, but I can see it.
This has to be like last year. They used this like kind of the intermission, the whole dancing thing. This has to be early on the card. I don't know where, but somewhere early on the card. I can't believe this show starts at 6 and there's a pregame or a pre-show or whatever. So that's 4.5 hours of
The real wrestling probably doesn't start till like 7.
maybe
Or
like
8.
8.
What's it'll be trash.
When's Punk come on? They're in the real wrestling start, or Ziggler, I should say.
Yeah.
That's a
Ziggler,
good way of-
that'll be early, I think, because it'll have to be before the World Heavyweight title match.
Yeah.
We think.
And they've opened with the World Heavyweight. Like,
Exactly.
There's no way they do that. Have Ziggler cash in,
And then win a damn
and
tag
then,
belt.
and then it's totally the wrong way.
Yeah.
But if we see that opening match, if we hear fucking Swagger's music, and then there's no cash in.
Contra theme?
That Contra theme,
Yeah, that Contra theme's on point.
I hate that
You
song.
gonna get the Swagger shirt?
I'm
For the closet xenophobe in us all right there, man.
no joke.
The fucking the lock on America. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like intense. They expect a solo.
Jose, like,
There's a lot of white trash.
There should be tracking numbers on everyone
There
that
should.
buys those.
Jose, I know your birthday passed, but you might get a late gift right there.
I appreciate it.
God.
Did you guys see on Raw the Rhodes Scholars were wearing opposite shirts?
I loved it. Cody's wearing sandals, and Sandals wearing the mustache shirt.
So cheesy.
Oh,
God.
Waste of Cody Rhodes.
Poor Rhodes.
Waste of Damian Sandow.
I'm gonna get my singles push. Vince like, no, you're not.
Like,
I want to go back to the tag team then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go back there.
But we're even gonna give you a shirt, Cody, based on your mustache gimmick. And you know what about that?
Oh, by the way, Zeb premieres tonight. What?
What if,
But I got a shirt. Yeah, so do the primetime players.
which is on point too.
You like that?
Nice
Might
shirt.
get that.
I like the color. I don't like the saying in the back.
the whistle and the thing.
Yeah.
The pick.
They had to try so hard to get fucking no days off somewhere in there.
Oh man. But yeah, what if Cody Rhodes, when like he gets future endeavor, they're like, by the way, we own the rights to your mustache.
You gotta shave it.
We put that shit on a t-shirt, son.
No
Don't let me catch you out in public with no stash.
Yeah. Bros K's gonna be so god awful in this match. It's not gonna be funny. I give this match 10 minutes and they squash the Rhodes Scholars.
10 minutes.
That's the entrance alone. Jeez.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
10
from
total.
I meant in
from
ring
start to
action.
finish.
In ring. Yeah. All done. 10 minutes.
I think,
Everything from the.
man, dude, 10 minutes seems like a long time for that match.
Well, because the entrance is going to be 5. So then they'll get in the ring and 5 minutes they're done.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you meant like 10 minutes of wrestling.
No, I meant altogether you got 10 minutes. By the time they're out of the ring, 10 minutes. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah, which is sad, but it is what it is. I'm gonna surprise you on this, but I'm really excited to see fucking Fandango now.
Yes! You guys are coming aboard finally. Well, at least one anyway.
Yeah. No, I think the Roto was starting to get on that a couple weeks ago. I think he was starting to feel it. I don't know. There's 2 things I like about him. That fucking air he gets off that leg drop is pretty awesome. And when he gets in the ring, he does that kick to get over.
The kick over.
Have you seen how he gets in the ring?
I like him as a wrestler. I don't like the fucking gimmick. I can't stand it. Man. It's just not sustainable. Like, when I look at wrestlers who debut, I'm like, could this work for 10 years?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I look at Ziggler, I'm like, that show-off gimmick, that shit will work for 10 plus.
Start it and finish with it.
Just CM Punk's best in the world, 10 plus. Or his overall gimmick. He's made
Yeah, the
tweaks
straight
to it.
edge, yeah.
Absolutely. Fucking ballroom dancer, there's no way that guy's ever going to headline anything with that fucking gimmick. That shit doesn't even look comfortable to wrestle in.
The fucking pose that he can't hold. He's like trying so hard to hold that pose.
He can't dance. I mean, like, and it just the fucking pants he wears look so stupid. He probably goes home after each show, watches probably can't even stand watching it, and just drinks like a fifth of Jack. And he's just like, and just puts a gun in his head. And it's like, this is it, huh? This is the WWE. This is what I've worked my
I
whole
made the
life
big
for.
time.
This is it.
Yep.
I'm Fantasio.
Damn.
Damn.
That was a low blow.
Wait, what do you mean?
Fantasio had 1 match.
This motherfucker ain't had one.
Alright.
I'm
Isn't it sad that these guys have had more build and Jericho's had like 3 weeks off and they still have more build than most of the damn card in terms of like a storyline based? Like Jericho's been at almost every single Raw and they've had some sort of interaction every single show, one way or another. Freaking Jericho's worked SmackDown and he's been on SmackDown. It's so sad that this part-timer has had more of a build
At least
than
as
other
a mid,
people.
this is what we've been preaching about forever. At least, because this is mid-card. I don't care
Yeah.
with Jericho in or out of it.
Yeah.
This is a mid-card event here.
Yeah.
And there's an actual storyline behind it. So
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of pleased behind it. Even with the Shield, as shitty as the match is probably going to be, I don't know if it'd be shitty. But I'm just upset I got to keep seeing the same damn match.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's at least a storyline behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fucking, as much as I love seeing Ziggler actually having a match, there is no storyline behind this.
Zero.
Big E and him haven't even wrestled a tag team match.
He hasn't wrestled at all.
We don't know what these dudes even look like in a tag team. I'm assuming they'll be good. They already have chemistry, so I feel like they'll be okay.
Yeah.
They must have wrestled some house shows.
And Ziggler will carry the match anyways.
Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, absolutely. It's a good matchup from that perspective, but there's no storyline. I think at the very, 2 weeks before WrestleMania, you know what we should do? We should give Ziggler and all them all the gold. I think that's the whole thing behind it. And to get Daniel Bryan back into the singles. Because, with CM Punk gone, the main event scene against Cena is wide open.
Yeah.
Granted, they're going to cycle through him every couple of months because he's going to hang on to it for the good part of 2013.
Yeah.
But, at least it's not Cena Rock all year, Cena Punk all year round.
Yeah, and Vince has said that he's tired of that. He doesn't want to see it anymore. That he knows that the feud isn't done, but he's done with it for now. So
that's what I'm saying. They'll save it for WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, and Punk will get his main event at WrestleMania.
I think
he solely deserves.
I bet Cena will put him over. If you want to call it,
I will bet on it that he will.
If you want to call it being put over,
if that match happens, he will. Yep, absolutely.
Because as much as we hate Cena in the ring, outside of the ring, pretty good dude.
And
always business.
I am very confident that the CM Punk respects the shit out of him. And I'm pretty sure that John sees that and he'll get right back to him. I think they built such a... yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's go with the finish, though. Dick, who do you have winning? Fandango, Jericho? What's the finish? What happens?
See, I want Fandango to win it, but with their 3 encounters before, it's just been him beating the shit out of Jericho, so it's kind of making me think that Jericho might beat him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm hoping and praying that leg drop is just not the finisher because we've seen it. I don't know how many shows in a row, but all right. I'm gonna go. Fandango wins it cleanly. And fuck it. Leg drop, predictable, which is kind of almost what this card is seeming like.
Go to what you got.
I got Jericho.
Jericho?
I think it'll be a good match. I think it'll be close, and that'll be the way that they want to, quote-unquote, put Fandango over, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. I'm making work for that one.
There's no way that Jericho loses. He's lost so many fucking pay-per-views since this time last year that, you gotta give him something.
Yeah. My worry is that Jericho comes to do a job every single time. So my idea is that, he probably will put him over. But I'm also going with Jericho. I go, Jericho wins, and kind of what we talked about in the past, that Fandango gets to the point where it's like, yeah, this is really fucking stupid. That there's no way, like you were saying, there's no sustainability within that gimmick. There's no way to keep doing that. I think, Jericho beats him, and it kind of knocks him sense into him, like, this is dumb. I'm done with this. And he comes back, upset or something along the lines. But yeah, I go Jericho as well.
Kind of attack Jericho afterwards, more so, but not as Fandango and as Johnny Curtis.
Yeah. I can see that happening.
Fandango marking me that wants to see a win, that's all.
Well, it's good that we went different, compared to us.
I want it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm more excited for the entrance, though. I want to see Fandango.
It's going to be at WrestleMania. It's going to be something big, especially with that gimmick. Vince is he's probably ejaculated 5 times leading up to it. And he's just so happy. He just wakes up with morning stiffies and bones the shit out of Linda over Fandango.
This is the worst. What do you call it? I don't want to picture this. I don't want to picture any of this.
You do Linda.
What?
Linda or Hillary Clinton?
Alright, give me Linda.
Alright.
Exactly.
You put it that way.
Don't make it seem like it's the last lady on earth.
I'll do Linda just so she could tell Stephanie how good my dick is, and then I'll bang Stephanie afterwards. Show you this is what your mom's getting.
You think that's what they talk about?
Well,
and Stephanie lets Linda know what Hunter's packing?
It's the sledgehammer, man.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's a metaphor.
Boy, that was a crazy little minute worth.
That was a good segue there. You guys went off on a tangent.
Speaking of Sledgehammer, Mark Henry and Ryback, there is no...
The worst match of this card, by far. This is going to be... I'm putting my money on it to be the most god-awful wrestling match on this card.
Worse than Sweet Tea?
No, absolutely not, because Sweet Tea's in it.
Of course you did, bro.
This is... Well, at least you have some sort of versatility when it comes to Sweet Tea. You got Cody Rhodes, Damian, the Twins. You have more people. You have other stuff that could happen. I'm pretty sure I can tell you what's exactly going to happen on this fucking match. It's going to be another Brock versus Goldberg. They're going to stare each other down, continuously grab each other, and then let go. It's going to be a good 3-4 minutes of that bullshit. Finally, somebody pushes one or the other, and it's going to be it. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be Brock versus Goldberg one more time. But there won't be Stone Cold to give them both stunners and end the fucking torture.
Misery.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Fucking Ryback is fucking stiff as shit. Mark... What is he going to do with him? What is he going to do with
I don't think he can shell shock him.
No, I don't think either.
I was reading on the house show circuit that these two have been going at it for the past
Like
week.
trying it out?
Garbage.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Of course it is.
They're not putting the blame on anyone, which I'm going to go with Ryback, but they say it's god awful.
It's tough, man. What can you do with Mark Henry?
Yeah.
When you're that style of wrestler, like anyone, like, in order to have a good match against Mark Henry, you've got to have like a high flyer or like someone who's versatile, someone who
that
can take
endurance
bumps.
guy. Yeah.
I mean, you're not even going to make Mark Henry look good because Ryback can't take a bump. He doesn't even know how to take a bump off a punch.
Mark Henry looks good when he is a scary motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
He's not very scary next to Ryback.
Exactly. Did
You see that photo of Ryback? He actually works out in that singlet.
No.
Shut up.
There's a photo of him work. I think it's on Twitter of him working back, and it's got Rye, and then back is like in bold, and he's wearing his fucking his one of a kind gear.
Probably doesn't even fucking wash it.
His
He's wearing the
RVD.
same thing,
His
bro.
RVD, dude.
RVD.
One of a kind.
Maybe
Dude,
that-
you're on point.
Maybe that's why Rob Van Dam won't come, because they're like, no, we already got somebody wearing your trunks. You can't come back.
Rob Van Dam sitting at home smoking weed. He's like, that shit kind of looks like mine. But I was one of a kind.
Oh. Woo.
Love it.
Okay. That's really red. That was really good.
Fucking fun.
So what do you got? What do you got for this match, Dick? What do you see happening? Who wins? What's your thoughts on this
I
match?
see a bunch of bullshit, and in the end, Ryback winning.
How does he finish him? He can't pick him up. I don't think he's gonna shell shock him. What do you see as the finish?
He's gonna go for the shell shock and he's gonna botch it.
Another tensai. I think he ain't gonna be able to lift him, and then just fucking meat hook him and be pissed and.
So meat hook finish.
Meat hook
Ryback.
finish.
Clean?
Ryback. Well. Yeah. See, now you got me thinking. Could it be that Mark Henry goes for the DQ win, or the DQ loss? I don't know. I still say they're gonna push Ryback as the next big baby face, especially if that heel turn happens with Cena. So they gotta push Ryback. So
What do you got, Rota?
I got Ryback.
Me too. I got.
Just by default.
yeah, it's really
face.
that's really it.
Yeah.
I mean, in today's WWE, especially at WrestleMania, tell me the last time a heel won at WrestleMania. Like a legit heel.
Big Show over Cody Rhodes. No, that was a face at that time.
No, he was a face at
He
that
was
time.
he was beating.
He's
him.
beating Show.
Beanie Show.
Kane last year was kind of like a tweener.
Yeah.
He wasn't really like a
When he beat
hardcore
Orton,
heel.
that was so
Yeah.
weird.
That was a terrible match.
Why were they even feuding?
But I mean, think about it. I mean, no legit heel won last year.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you the last time a legit heel won a WrestleMania match.
What?
Yeah, I'm thinking
I
last.
can't think either.
They don't. It's just that's my biggest complaint with this era. It has nothing to do with the material. It has nothing to do with the talent. It has everything to do with the outcomes. Heels get squashed. Look at Dolph Ziggler. I mean, in HBK's prime, he was a heel. And I mean, he wasn't getting squashed every fucking week. You know? Undertaker was a heel. He wasn't getting squashed all the time. I mean, the recipe in the Attitude Era was bad guys dominated, and then after a month or two of build-up, then finally the good guy would prevail, and that's why it was so good. But, like, fucking heels don't win enough. Even for the Cena matches. I mean, like, the heels that he's
on that
losing...
big stage, yeah.
The heels that he's losing to, like, throughout the year on pay-per-views, like, they're not even, like, full-blown heels. Like, I know CM Punk at this stage of the game definitely is.
Yeah.
But earlier, like, he was, I would still say tweener. But, I don't know. I don't see any heels winning.
Yeah.
This particular, except, the tag.
Shield.
Yeah.
And,
Yep. And it'll be the fault of a dysfunctional thing between Team Hell No. That way, you can kill two birds. You can break them up, and then also move the belt onto Ziggler.
Yep. So you got Mark and Ryback match of the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said match of the show?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I won't go any further. I hate it. I don't want to see it. It's going to be god-awful. Such a sensitive spot for you, Dick. And not that way. Pre-game, Miz versus Barrett. This really upsets me.
I'm so angry. I am so pissed off about this.
We talked about it before. Zero build-up. Has no point for them facing each other.
It really doesn't.
It was god-awful on Raw when the Miz was quote-unquote trying to, I guess, build something without being on commentary. And what has he done anything different to say about Barrett besides the fact that you don't pay attention in the match? And
you know what, too, is that Miz had said it before that they never had a one-on-one match until they had it last week on Raw. And it's like, okay, so you fucking ruined that build-up if you want to call it a build-up. Like, oh, this is going to be the first time these two ever wrestle for the belt, and it's going to be for the belt at Mania. Now let's give it away for free on Raw, where the Miz wins. Even though I guess you can count Barrett was handicapped because he got kicked in the nads by Triple H. What a face move.
Yeah.
But it's just no build-up. It's for a belt, which I guess doesn't mean anything anymore.
Not anymore.
The IC has such tradition at Mania. I mean, it's a fucking ladder match, man. That alone was for the IC belt back when it meant something.
Mm-hmm.
And
never forget the yellow ropes.
I guess just look at, in my case, for the Miz, look how the Mighty have fallen. 2 years ago, main event at Mania, champion. Now we're gonna put you on pre-show.
The term "mighty" being used very loosely.
Very loosely, all right. You know what? How the main event, a main eventer has fallen. He was a main eventer.
Yep. For reason, Marine 3.
I still gotta get that. What the fuck?
Yeah, Bro's already watched it.
Too late.
Clearance
Pulled it.
Got sent back
We
already.
pulled it.
And then and it sucks for Barrett too. And you got Barrett, who's supposed to be, or at least to us, one of the next best heels in there. And that's not even put you on there. It's not showcase you either.
Exactly.
And I understand trying to get people to watch the pre-show. Like, hey, look, there's a Intercontinental Championship match on here. Why don't you log on and tune in?
Yeah.
But you couldn't. If you're gonna do a belt, why don't you put Cesaro on there? Like, granted, I mean, there's no U.S. title.
A bulb just went off on you were saying about that Battle Royale for, in SmackDown. Wanted to do that for the pre-show. Have Cesaro, he's going to face somebody, who's going to face, and then have that. You know what I mean?
They've done it before,
yeah.
So
That's when Christian came back.
Yeah.
I miss him, but I think he's done. I haven't seen his ass in forever. It's too damn fragile.
He's looking for that push.
He's looking
for that rider push. He'll never find it. That's what Vince did to get him out of there. He's like, I'll tell you what, Christian. If you go find Zack Ryder's push, then we'll put you back on TV. And he leaves and this is so fucking stupid. He's never gonna find that.
One thing that comes to mind for me is that he's already lost to the figure four. Like, Wade hasn't even lost, okay, you're saying I got hit in the balls or whatever, but he's already proven that the Miz can beat him. It was just so stupid. Miz wins. I'm already going to say it's right off of the bat. He's going to win with a stupid figure four. Guarantee it. And it's going to be very bad.
Either way, whoever wins, it ruins the other person. The way I look at it. Miz loses. What the fuck? You have no faith in this man as a face whatsoever anymore. He can't win a damn U.S. title off Cesaro. Now he can't win the IC belt off of Barrett. Terrible losing streak. Barrett loses. How bad has that man been on TV? How many times has he lost this year? So it's just to pile on another one. Granted, I don't think either person needs that belt at all. Mm-hmm. But just it's lose-lose is the way I look at it.
Yep.
This is the thing though. As far as why Barrett doesn't win is because he's a heel, just like we just mentioned 5-10 minutes ago. Yeah. But why Miz is not succeeding as a face is because he's not a face. He's not. There are wrestlers who are natural this, natural that. Very few can do both.
Yeah.
CM Punk can do both. I think once Cena goes as a heel, we'll see that he can definitely do both. Yeah. I think he'll be a good heel. But Miz is just a natural heel. But the problem is from a company standpoint, he is the second highest PR guy compared to John Cena.
Next to Cena, yeah.
So, to have him be a heel, yet go do all these events and promote it. To try and keep a sense of kayfabe, they have to have him as a face. However, he's just so bad at it.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because, I mean, all joking aside, I do like The Miz. I think he could be decent.
Yeah.
But he's just not. He's not a good face. He's just not.
When he came back for that pay-per-view, he got a really good pop. They haven't seen him in a while. I forgot what he came back for, but he came back for when he came back with the scruff, and he was kind of a tweener. He wasn't yet a face and still kind of a heel, whatever.
See, but you can still be an arrogant face, is what he's struggling with. He's doing more over the top. I'm gonna say more things. Face, yeah, you like me, yeah, you cheer for me. It's like, no, you can be a. Look at CM Punk when he was just still a douche, but people were loving him.
But CM Punk isn't like the PR guy. Again, from a standpoint, he has. Yeah. They wanted him to be that next John Cena, the next real bubbly face and all that shit. I mean, he's just not. I mean, there's no knock on the guy. I mean, some guys just can't do it.
Yeah, it's like you going face. It's never gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
No.
Chair shots to the head till I die. That's how I roll, baby.
So, I got Miz winning and doing absolutely nothing with that belt and burying it even further. What do you got, Dick?
I got my little Miz figure holding the belt again up there. I'm gonna go with Miz winning again. I think he'll beat him with the Skull Crusher. I don't think he's gonna do the figure. I think he'll get him in the figure 4 and Barrett will, hit the ropes, break it or something, and then just hopefully beat him with the Skull Crusher finale and be like, I don't need this fucking figure 4 anymore because that shit ain't working for me at all. No one's believing this.
That was supposed to be that's what's supposed to get him over as a face, is the whole figure 4 Ric Flair taught me sort of deal.
That's his mentor, his best friend.
Yeah. Roto, what you got?
In all honesty, I really don't give the fuck.
Yeah.
In all honesty, and again, nothing. I'm not saying that to get a rise out of Dick.
Oh no, I honestly don't. don't give a shit either.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah. So you got.
They obviously don't. So why the fuck should I care?
Yep.
I really don't. I don't. Logically, I see Miz winning, but I mean, so.
Is what it is.
It is. Yeah.
Let's move on. What else we got on the card? We got the Big Celtic Vipers versus the Shield.
The Big Celtic Viper show.
I like that.
I like that too.
Here's what I'm hoping for this match. I hope. I don't think it'll happen, but I really want to get Big Show in there early so that I can see real wrestling afterwards. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, Big Show has shown that he can do a good match with Sheamus and stuff like that. But I don't see them. He's too I feel like even though he's a big bulky guy, I really think I feel worried that they're gonna hurt his ass finally, and finally be that blow to really take him out, and maybe the Shield will kind of hold back a bit, but they'll tear the shit out of Sheamus will be the entire punching bag the entire time. So I want Big Show in quick, get him out, let's get in Sheamus and Randy, but I think it'll be the opposite, unfortunately. At one point Big Show will get in to try to make that comeback, but to me, I think seeing the Shield is good enough for me in this match. I think Orton, of course, looks smooth regardless of who he faces. Sheamus has shown that he can do main event type of matches and look good at them, so I'm confident that that'll look good with both of them. And I love the shit out of when the Shield does the triple team type of moves and all the over the top. And if you notice, every single time they've been on pay-per-view, they show you something new. They show you something different. It hasn't been the same script every single time. And fucking Vince has been perfect with just giving you enough Shield to see him in action and then pulling it right back. You want to see them? You're going to have to watch WrestleMania to see them. You know what I'm saying?
Buy the DVD.
Yeah, you want the NWO? Go buy the DVD. So that's what I'm excited for. I do want to see this match a lot. I do think it'll be very good once Big Show is out of there. Apparently he's making that face turn. He's making the beanie turn, I mean.
Speaking of the turn, is it happening in this one?
That's what I'm alluding to as well. There's the amount of heels in there. To Roto's point, I do see that the Shield kind of trying to take over, and then they're making that comeback. But there's a sort of flop somewhere in between, and they're going to play one of them, and Orange is going to fucking lose it and just RKO somebody and walk out. Whatever. I don't care. You win. And that'll be the face turn. I mean the heel turn to me. So I'm voting. I go Shield winning, and I see Orange turning heel at Mania. It just makes sense. It's what he wants. It's what he needs badly.
He was he tweeted something like that too. Some fan tweeted and was like, am I the only one that wants to see Randy Orton turn heel? And then he said, no, you're not. He like retweeted and said, no, you're not. Like,
Yeah.
meaning that like, yeah, he's fucking
He's
sick.
begging for it.
He's another guy that like, just like, his heel and his face game are just so like light years apart.
Yeah.
Like
completely
when
amazing.
he's a heel, he's one of the best. He's just such an. I mean, he's kind of a douchebag, or has a track record of being a douchebag. So it's easier for him to be a heel. It's just his personality, that real bland, cold, calculated thing. Yeah, I kind of see the same thing. I mean, this makes sense.
Yep. Think what you got.
Same. Shield
Yeah.
wins and Orton heel turn.
Yep. Makes sense. Absolutely.
Do you see Big Show coming out in a beanie though?
I am betting on the beanie, yes. I got 5 on the beanie.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have to fucking wear a beanie. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was saying some bullshit. I think Big Show was saying that like he's kind of worried about having to wear the whole spandex thing. And,
Yeah, I was looking
you know,
up yesterday for some god awful reason because I'm bored as shit. I looked up the weather forecast for Jersey, and it's like about, I think it's like 45 at night. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna be cold.
I mean, they'll have heaters and stuff pointing towards the ring, I'm sure. Like when they got the rafters and stuff like on the side of the ring, I'm sure they'll have heaters on it. I just think from an experience like being there, you're spending thousands of dollars to be there. I wouldn't want to be cold, man.
Yeah.
Like, this is some bullshit. It's 2013. Everybody should have a dome.
Yeah.
It should just be in a dome, and that's what's kind of sucks. Is like that's why we'll never see at this point. We'll never see a WrestleMania in Chicago. Never.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a venue that around that time of the year will be able to hold that many people.
I don't know.
We could see a SummerSlam. There could be a SummerSlam at Soldier Field if they ever stop having it in fucking LA.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
especially with the UC out here. Like, you got it's right there in basketball and hockey season. So like, you're gonna have to try to.
Well, not even that. The UC doesn't hold enough people for
I'm
WrestleMania.
sure they got
The
nothing.
UC maybe holds like 40, 45,
They want
maybe. It's a
their-
little
they
bit
want
bigger
their
than all.
80.
It's a little bit bigger than Allstate as far as like from a seated venue standpoint. They need like 70, and Soldier Field at that only holds about 65. But that's at a football game.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're gonna sit on the.
You're
field,
going to get field seats and stuff like that. You're going to get a little bit more out of it. But then you got to take away some of it for the Titantron. Even though at fucking WrestleMania they'll throw people behind that goddamn Titantron.
Yeah.
Who would want to pay for that? Who would pay? There's no way. I mean, I love wrestling just as much, if not more, than the next guy, but I'm not fucking paying all that money to sit behind a Titantron.
Absolutely not.
You're high off your ass.
Swagger.
All I think about it is RVD.
Yeah.
Speaking of swagger.
It's my singlet.
ADR versus Jack Swagger.
Could be a terrible match.
I honestly think you're wrong. I think this is going to be a really good match.
I don't know, man. The build up for it has
It's been
started to go
too
down.
long.
Too long and just.
Too long.
I think that's what's good about it, is that they actually built this match. This is the only one that has an actual story built to it. The only one that one of the 3 that actually has legitimate story build up.
This is the thing. It's story build-up between Zeb Coulter and ADR. It's not between
Swagger at all.
Swagger. So, I mean, as far as in-ring, there's very little storytelling that can be done from that standpoint because he doesn't cut promos because he can't.
Yeah.
It is really like he just. It's pure Zeb. Zeb is the heel in all of this.
And there's no even
Swagger's doing his dirty work.
And there's no even mystique to Jack Swagger, other than the fact that he's a pothead. That's his mystique. I mean, as Michael Cole so eloquently puts, and I'm sure we'll hear it 10 times, that is the mystique that is known as The Undertaker. Like, Paul Bearer and Undertaker could do it, and Paul Bearer Kane could do it, because there was something about them. They were, like, intimidating. The fact that they didn't talk is intimidating. We all know Jack Swagger doesn't talk because he fucking can't. Not because, like, that's part of his gimmick. I mean, Kane and Undertaker didn't talk because that was their gimmick. They were these big monsters, like these terrifying creatures. Yeah. And Paul Bearer was the creepy, summoner, like,
Yeah.
So.
Well, the good thing is ADR can speak.
Somewhat.
Sorry,
not in English.
So you got my hopes up. I really think this is going to be a really good wrestling match, and I'm actually pretty excited for this match. My whole thing for this whole match, I think, is going to be really involved with Zeb and also really involved with Ricardo. Ricardo's been just pounded upon every single fucking time I see something happen where Ricardo gets involved one way or another. and helps out Del Rio. Del Rio retains. Swagger gets super upset, destroys him to pieces, and then we get the cash in. I've said it many times that he would cash in. I am betting he cashes in this one. Full on, all money in. He fucking cashes in. He will cash in one way or another. He leaves as champion.
Who does he cash in on, though?
Who?
Who do you think he cashes
He'll
in
do it on Birdie. Yeah. Because I think they're trying to still build this whole Swagger as a monster type of deal. And that's the only thing he really has going for him. And, he's a big brute and he can, beat people up and whatnot. He's a bully, as ADR would say. So I think that he, Alberto does the, miracle finish or whatever, retains. Again, faces always win come WrestleMania, and then he'll get super upset, tear him to pieces. Ricardo is incapacitated, and here comes, the show off to steal the show. After his match, of course, and he cashes in, and he'll leave his champ. So I got Berto winning, but then dropping it to Ziggler right afterwards. With a super kick, by the way.
Thank God. I will just, better bring a couple pairs of drawers. Fucking messy as shit.
Rota, what you got? We'll jump to you. What do you got for this match?
I honestly have Swagger winning.
Okay.
I do.
Finish, clean, dirty.
Dirty as shit.
Yeah?
Dirty.
Dirty girl?
Mm-hmm.
Hobby
Coulter does
lifestyle?
something. Coulter's got to do something. He's got to be somewhat involved because he's been so involved in the storyline to not do something. He'll be at ringside.
By the way, I really dig the backdrop for that promo at Raw. Behind there in Washington, D.C. That was really cool looking when they were out there doing that promo. Reminded me of Jericho going out to the streets to talk to people.
In WCW?
Yeah. Reminded me of that. Yeah.
That was good shit.
Dick, what you got for ADR versus the Swag Man?
I got Del Rio winning. Just depends on where it is in the card for the cash-in. If it's after the tag match and if Ziggler's got that tag belt, he's cashing in. If it's before, if it's like opening match like always, no cash in. I don't see it. I want to see the cash in, but I don't think it's going to happen though. Part of me's just got this feeling that it's going to be on before the tag team match, so he won't do it.
Something just kind of got me thinking right now. If Cena, when Cena wins, as a face, they're gonna get booed out the building. They always kind of seem to try to make that next Raw super hype, super big. They might leave that as, close the show with ADR in the main event and Ziggler cashing in on him after he retains. Possibly to kind of bring people back in. It's like, oh yeah, Cena wins, but guess what? We're going to give you Ziggler as champ now. Come Raw.
Because you look at it and what does Ziggler want to do? He wants to steal the show, right?
Yeah.
He might steal it from a small standpoint up until it's Punk and then Taker, Triple H and then Brock. You got so many huge names that casual wrestling fans know.
Can you
imagine?
So
you really think he can actually legitimately steal it? That's going to be what everyone's talking about.
Yeah. True. Can you imagine if he can cash in on John though, and John wins and he cashes into John?
I'm telling you how amazing. I had brought this up before where he said it was the whole John Cena and Ziggler feud going on a couple months back where he looks at John and tells him, it's at Mania. He just wins the belt. He's celebrating. From a huge Titantron, Ziggler's there saying, you know what, John? Yeah, you got your time now. You got your belt back. But as far as I see it, you failing your cash-in attempt should give me a right to cash in on any belt I want. And then he sneaks in through the back of the ring, fucking super kick, cashes in his belt, pins him. That'd be amazing.
But no way. No way. John Cena, the last image we're going to see is him holding up that belt like he just got a Nintendo 64. And that's it. That's going to close the show, my man. Unless it does the heel turn. Which either way, John Cena will be left standing at the end of the Raw.
Yeah.
Or at the end of the show.
One way or another. That's my biggest surprise, though. I think that match will be really, really good. It might be bad. I'm not going to say that. I'm for sure going to get this, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a really good wrestling match.
I say prove it.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, not to you. Kind of.
Sound like you're looking right at me.
Yeah.
Addressing me with those eyes. It is what it is.
That's for another show. That's for our other podcast.
What about the retirement match with Triple H versus Brock Lesnar?
Ooh.
Anybody excited about this?
I am.
Really?
Psych.
I don't really care about this match at all.
No, the only thing that could be cool that comes out of it is when my boy HBK makes a heel turn. Fucking super kicks the shit out of Triple H. And not because he's mad at Triple H, because he's always alluded to, like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He keeps saying, you don't want to put your career on the line. And he's going to say, I wanted to be the one to retire you, not this jabroni.
Yeah.
But he won't say jabroni because that's the Rock's word.
True. So, that's your wish. What do you think really happens in this match?
Yeah, Triple H one.
Triple H one.
Is there any question? Is there any doubt that who's going to win this match?
Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet. I go with Triple H as well. Swerve-wise, I would love for HBK to do what the Road was saying, though. That would be awesome. I didn't dig this match. This is the third time, right?
Second. This is
Second?
part 2.
SummerSlam was first.
I thought that was on the act before that, too.
It might have been like
maybe
way back in the day, but like in recent memory, no.
Okay. So, yeah, definitely Triple H wins. I'm not... Brock is cool and all, but it's just... Kind of we were talking to earlier, they have similar, similar moveset. Like, they're both... Like, Brock's kind of coming out a brawler now. Like, he's trying to put the whole UFC moveset in, and then Triple H, he has a spine buster and a lot of brawl.
Other moves.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not excited for this match at all. I hope it's early, too. I hope I miss this match. Because I won't be able to see all of it.
You won't.
No way.
Yeah. It won't. It'll definitely be on there.
This is third to
Third to last?
Yeah,
I agree.
Maybe fourth to last.
Yeah?
The heavyweight might be somewhere in the mix there.
That'd be
Maybe.
Yep. Cool. So we all got Triple H on this thing.
Yeah.
And nobody's excited for it.
Not really. I mean, just whatever. It's no
If-
holds barred though.
If
What a stipulation.
Yeah, I know, right?
if Triple H does retire and say he does lose, does anybody care? How do you feel about that? If he does?
He wrestles twice a fucking year. I don't give a shit.
Nah, I'm done with him.
I'd rather see him as like a figurehead, like an authority figure.
As the new Teddy.
Speaking of which,
Essentially. Because I mean, they still haven't named a GM.
oh yeah, I forgot about
They
that.
still haven't. Vicky's still managing manager of those who can manage. If y'all can manage that.
You always end it with that.
But
It's not gonna
if he
match
becomes
it.
like GM or something.
Yeah.
You know how they need to bring back his GM and stuff they'll never do? It's fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
See, not the best. Him and Bischoff were like
man.
fucking awesome.
My favorite time from that was when his ass was, I think he was feuding with Angle, I forgot what the fuck it was, but Deborah was there, and she had made cookies, and he was like telling her that, oh, these are really good, you gotta try them, or whatever, and they were like god awful.
And Vince is eating them.
Yeah.
And when fucking Angle puts on that little cowboy hat, and he's like, yippee-ki-yay! Yeah. And I'm just like, holy shit, Angle.
Dude, Angle was really good.
Angle
It
was
was
the
like
man.
comic
It's a
relief.
shame we'll never see him in WWE again.
No, not until he cleans up, if anything.
I mean, he's almost 40, and he's falling apart.
Almost 40. He's almost 50.
Is he?
Yeah, he's up there. Well, Stone Cold's what, 48 right now, I think, too? Stone Cold's up there. So
Don't
Angle's
tell me
gotta be
that.
close.
Don't tell me that.
There's something in them Budweiser's keeping him young.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
Still
right.
looks
Yeah.
good.
That Broken Skull Ranch.
Man, steroids. There's gotta be steroids in beer. That's what I keep drinking.
Alright, we have the tag team belts on the line as well. We have Hell No versus DZ and Big E.
Ziggy and Biggie.
Ziggy and Biggie. I like this match. I want to see Big E in the ring. And of course, Dolph Ziggler is phenomenal in the ring. And they just proved it that they can have a fucking solid in-ring work with
Dolph
the-
Ziggler is actually going to have a match at a WrestleMania. I mean, last year he was in that god-awful Raw
Teddy
versus...
versus,
Oh, God.
yeah.
That was miserable.
But they had surprise Booker T.
Alright, dude, really? I know Miz got the pinfall, but you gotta call it miserable? See? Alright.
Dude, you gotta calm down.
You gotta stop these puns. Seriously.
He's on point.
Best thing that happened to that was the end of Zack Ryder.
No, yeah.
Damn.
That was.
Holy.
That was the end of DZ.
Yeah, would Kevy just cry a little bit. That was low.
Oh, poor cat.
But you're 100% right.
Well, like you're saying, Ziggler's got a match against somebody he could have a match against. Daniel
Well, it's
Bryan.
just like a match, and he's kind of the centerpiece of it. In all honesty, so I'm excited for it. I think it'll be good.
Here's my prediction. I go with Kane and Daniel Bryan getting in some sort of heated argument, one way or another. Finally break them apart. Ziggler takes over, wins dirty. They're the new tag team champions.
Ziggler get the pinfall?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
Same, man.
And he'll do it to Daniel Bryan, and Kane won't care. He's like, whatever, I'm done with this too.
Same. Yeah, the end of Team Hell No as we know it, and I feel fine. So I go Ziggy and Biggie as your new tag champs. And again, if this is before the World Heavyweight, I can see the cash in later.
Team of gold. Yep. Or
Something.
gold and copper. Forgot.
Yeah, golden pennies.
Yep.
So,
Fucking.
What do you got, Roto? What do you got for this match?
About the same thing.
Same idea. You gotta break up the teams and
Something good is gonna happen because he always talks about stealing the show. It is gonna be a really good match. There's no way that it's not.
Yeah.
I see it being like a 30-minute tag match. Too.
yeah. It's
Just because
solid.
there's so many matches on here that aren't gonna last long. The ones before it, so like the Mark Henry Ryback match won't last long.
Yep.
The Shield probably will, but fucking Tensai, that match
Sweet
won't last
tea.
long. And the show is 4 hours. So I can see this easily being a half hour. Granted, we got those 20-minute vignettes in between each fucking match.
that we haven't seen before.
and the commercials.
Yeah, I can't
and
wait
the
for-
ditty,
I can't wait to hear I'm coming home every 5 minutes. That's stupid. That's
So-
stupid.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna be better than oh my god, but no, I don't think so.
That was awful. She was in my sleep. Awful.
I was gonna say something about Mania that also annoyed. Oh, let's put a bet out there. How many times did we see the G.I. Joe trailer? I'm gonna go with a solid 5.
At least.
5 times we're gonna see that fucking trailer.
At
that
least.
they mentioned. It was the #1 movie in the world this weekend that just happened. So we'll see if it's.
It was
So
actually,
it's-
I guess it was like one of the #1 Easter weekend premieres of all time.
Still gotta see it. I need to go, but I'm a little sour about it that there's real bullets. I need my fucking lasers in G.I. Joe. I'm sorry. They did it in the first one, man. That made me love it. 'Cause I'm like, they're shooting lasers and there are fucking bullets in this one. God damn you,
Well, that was one of the problems, like, when people didn't like that it was like unrealistic. It was a really cheesy.
Fucking G.I. Joe!
That's what I said, but I mean, in the age of Batman, it has to be realistic.
Realism.
That's what people want.
I know.
I'm pretty sure the one with the Joker was the first one.
That fucking kid.
Dude, I wanted to beat the shit out
It
of
made
him.
me hate Samsung so much more.
Some guy at work was trying to convince me and
go
Eric.
ahead.
Some guy at work was trying to convince me and Eric that
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight was the very first movie, and that the one we were watching, which was Begins, is the last one. And then when we correct him, he's like, "Nah, I think I'm right."
He's like, man, I'm almost positive that the Joker was the first one. This was the second one. But that third one, whoo, that was good. I was like, all right, Jose, so anyway.
Fucking hated him. Anyways, let's move on to the last 2 matches, which is definitely going to be the last 2. We have CM Punk versus Taker, and I see this as definitely going to be pretty good. I have that big question mark though, man. I honestly think can CM Punk carry Undertaker? Because I'm really worried about the Undertaker.
He can.
I'm really worried about.
Every week I've seen Undertaker on TV, he looks in better shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cutting it off. Something tells me that was lazy weight. Like, just like a bunch of water weight and him not exercising.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, that last thing of him, like, laying down covered in it, I mean, he had his Undertaker body back. Which, again, his luxury is that he was never that impressive to look at anyway, other than the fact that he was tall and athletic.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. Look at his match last year. He didn't do a whole lot of stuff outside of,
Yeah, beat up.
Taker's moveset is not that, like, other than that 7-foot frame standing on the top rope, that's about the only impressive move. And we might not see old school. We might not see that move. But, I mean, other than that, like, you never know. I mean, if he's banged up, you don't know.
We were just talking about this. I don't know if I was talking with you about this. You ever seen him mess up that move? You ever
No.
seen him
No.
mess that up?
It's how he can
I've never
balance
seen
that.
him mess that up. Ever.
It's the mystique that is the like, if we weren't watching this at work, I'd be like, hey, a shot for every time Michael Cole says that shit.
You know what? And then you can look at something else too with that lion salt. How has Jericho never messed that up, man?
Yeah.
I have never seen him do
It'd
it.
be so easy to just slip and miss.
Or
Yeah,
just
the right
overshoot him, undershoot, do a fucking Brock Lesnar shooting star.
Poor
press.
guys only landed maybe less than half of them.
Yeah, true.
Knees up every time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think the only time I've seen him botch it wasn't his fault. The fucking middle rope broke. He jumped on it and it just completely broke. Like, what the fuck? That wasn't me, I swear.
He's the only Hall of Fame caliber jobber I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
I would love to see a total win-loss record. It's gotta be.
Like you're talking about pay-per-view? Pay-per-view win-loss record?
Yeah, for Jericho. It's gotta be under 500.
Way under.
It's like the very first undisputed champion with any also losing.
There was only 1 year where it was like when him and Cena were going at it, when he was doing that whole like he would come out in suits and stuff.
The quiet.
That's
Jericho.
when he was fucking winning every pay-per-view. He won every year and he got, whole superstar of the year and everything like that.
I'm best in the world at what I do, Jericho.
Yeah, best in the world for CM Punk, best in the world.
Yeah, dude. What a Jericho.
Miz is trying his best to be a Jericho with all the suits he wears. It ain't working, Miz.
Yeah.
Sorry, just nope.
I like a lot the whole, build up with the urn and using Paul Bear. That, like we said, podcast before, it's sad that it's helping build, but it really does. It really did. It's making this really mean something, and I can really see Undertaker giving it his all. I hope he's ready for it, because I don't think CM Punk's going to go any more than, 1,000 miles an hour. He ain't going to slow down for him, you know what I mean? So, we'll see what happens. I have, of course, Undertaker winning. I don't see the streak ending whatsoever.
I mean, that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
He'll never lose that streak. It's at this point it would be so stupid. And unfortunately, as much as I respect and like CM Punk, he's not at that level to be able to overthrow The Undertaker. If anyone should have done it, it was Shawn Michaels. And that's not me just being a total Michaels mark.
Yeah.
And that's the only person that should have done it. And once he didn't do it the first time and his career was on the line, that was a foregone conclusion to me too. I had already cried weeks leading up to that match.
Yeah. And fucking Shawn meant it. He hasn't done anything in the ring. Like, if you're a referee or something, it isn't like a Ric Flair retirement or anything. He means it. Like, he got everything out of there. And it hell of impressive, though, because every time he came back after being off for a long time, he was on point, even when he had all that off time. So.
Hey, he doesn't have time. He's a full-time servant of Christ. What a load of malarkey that is.
Alright, Dick, I'm going to start with you. What do you got for this match? What do you have for finish? What do you got going on? Anything on your mind for this?
Taker winning, of course. I don't think there's any way that he won't. I mean, it's the whole build-up. Yet again, when we've looked at the build-up of, the past couple weeks, like the Jericho Fandango thing. Fandango beat the shit out of Jericho so much, I can see Jericho winning.
Mm-hmm.
This one, Punk's been getting the best of Undertaker so much, so everybody wants to see Taker just beat the living hell out of Punk. So I can see, Taker winning, of course. There's no way he's not going to get that urn back.
Yeah.
But I think I can see a match of the night for sure. Those two are going to put on a freaking amazing-ass match. I can see Punk, again, carrying it, but I can see him pretty much... I wish it was no holds barred. I wish they maybe throw it. Maybe that's the big reveal for that Vince might throw out, because I would love to see them just complete
Still hoping for the 2-hour Raw.
Street fight,
That's what I'm
man.
putting on
That'd be so nice. I don't think that'll be it for right before WrestleMania. We're going back to 2 hours. I don't know.
Yeah. Street fight, and you have to wear jeans though.
And it's on SmackDown, so it can't be that important.
Yeah, true. Again, true. But I don't know. I think I could see somehow at the end of it I originally had planned it at the end. Punk would shake Taker's hand almost, and maybe there's start another face turn rolling.
Yeah.
But I think Punk's been so fucking evil the past couple weeks. I don't see that. I don't see Undertaker even accepting a damn handshake from him. But just Taker winning, Punk getting his ass handed to him at the end, send the crowd home happy with that before Cena.
Before they cry.
Yeah.
And want to kill themselves. What you got, Ripper?
I mean, obviously Undertaker. I'm thinking, because obviously Punk's going to be off TV, one of two things happens. He gets beat so bad that, he has to get carried out of the ring and stuff, and then that's why he's gone. Or some really cheesy storyline for, turning back face is that, he has this awesome match with Undertaker, totally respects him, raises his hand at the end of it, and then on the following Raw says, looking back on last month on what I've done to The Undertaker, who, after that match, I respect, the utmost. I need to take some time off and reevaluate myself. He's like, this company, something stupid about I preach about respect, and I haven't even gotten close to earning the type of respect that I think I deserve. Something really cheesy and corny like that.
I can see Vince thinking about that.
One way, he just has to get written off TV one way or another. So he either gets beat within an inch of his life, or if they want to kill two birds and have him turn face for when he comes back, he does something on the lines of, I've been preaching about respect, and after wrestling The Undertaker, I learned that I haven't even come close to it. I've got a long way to go, and I need to take some time off to reevaluate it.
See, this would have been a perfect...
He can lose his smile, man.
I was thinking that, too. This would have been a perfect stipulation match where... Fucking casket match. Wrote him off. Throw him in that fucking casket.
Buried alive?
Buried alive.
Think about that.
Bye. That would have been perfect, but they haven't,
It's not PG.
they haven't said anything.
You can't put someone in a casket on PG.
Even anybody at WrestleMania. Look what they did last year.
You can't fucking people dance. You're not telling me that this show's not for kids, too?
Touché.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
You're telling me that Brodus Clay last year was the 18 to 35 demographic? Nah.
Maybe.
Nah.
Yeah, you're quite right.
Maybe 18 to 35 months. Fucking enjoyed that. I was drunk
Stone
like
Cold,
shit,
man.
and I got no enjoyment out of that. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Got really white trash towards the end.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's my drunk voice.
This is fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit. Got no goddamn PBR. There's a blue ribbon on it for a reason. Best beer, 1836.
I got
No Cubs.
I got the same thing though, man. I have Punk. I see Punk going to shake his hand and thinking, okay, he's gonna do the heel thing, but he doesn't, and he just walks out. You never hear from him again, sort of deal. He doesn't say a single word, just kind of walks out, and this all leads to me to the main event because I'm praying, I'm hoping this is gonna save WrestleMania, but it's really a long shot. We've talked about it multiple times, but the John Cena turn needs to happen, and I can only hope that it happens this WrestleMania finally. And the only way, make him that awesome heel, CM Punk comes back to overthrow him finally, quote unquote, best in the world, whatnot. So leading into Cena, Rock and Cena. Has John looked pathetic during this or what? Like, God, he's looked so bad.
And I think it almost makes me think maybe this is it.
Yeah.
Like last night, it was like the boring chant.
It was so good.
Loud to the point where I'm like, are they fucking feeding this right now?
Yeah.
And he reacted to the crowd for the first time in a long time to negative. He kind of put his hands on his hips and looked up and was irritated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is it. This is the fucking turn. This is it. I was like, better set aside $30 for that T-shirt, because I'm getting that shit.
I can only hope, but dude, John just looks so like a baby. Like the one with when Brett was there and they had the legends doing the round table, he's just he's being yelled at. He's just in his little corner.
Like he said, holding his little hat, kind of bending the brim some more.
That's what I'm saying. And then he's gonna finally be like, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. That's right, own heart. Plug. He's gonna turn heel.
Dude, his boos were. I know his boos. I can listen to somebody like John Cena came out. I can hear it. But this was the most boos I've ever heard.
And then what did Cole say? A mixed reaction. Bullshit. They were all booing that man.
Besides him, he was the only person cheering for him.
Michael Cole just can't not John Cena. He's probably hoping if there is a heel turn and he knows about it, he's pull the plug on it. Pull the plug on it. You want? Come on, John, kick out. Fucking that Money in the Bank 2011.
Yeah.
I watched that the other day.
Just
to remind myself how good wrestling can be. I still get chills before Punk even comes out, that CM Punk chant, and then when that fire burns, that riff hits, that place lights up when he walks out. And then the whole time I'm thinking, fucking Scalzetti.
Yep.
That asshole was there.
I just think about time. I just think that I fucking didn't go. It just reminds me.
Yeah, I could have gone, but I was like, man, it's kind of expensive, and Cena's going to win anyway. That was my whole thing behind it. I'm at home, I was just like,
If I ever told you I was supposed to go to the fucking Jericho making his debut Raw. Didn't go. Fucking the guy, me and Daniel Nava were supposed to go, and his uncle had gotten sick that day. He was our ride. I mean, we're 8th grade, so we ain't driving. So we were supposed to go, and he was like, "Oh, we can't do it. We don't got no ride now." And then what happened? I didn't even watch Raw that night. I was so pissed off that I couldn't be there. I was so pissed. So I looked on the internet the next day. Fucking Jericho. I was like head exposed. Like, I can't fucking believe it.
It's like Kurt going, yeah, I went to one once. I think it was, Stone Cold came out and he was driving some kind of truck.
The worst part is Kurt's voice is so calm and collective.
He's like, yeah, he was driving some kind of truck. I don't know. Something like that. It was alright. I was like, oh, it was okay, huh?
What, was there beer involved?
You witnessed the mecca of all that is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the number one
Raw moment.
I listened to 50 of those fucking chants for that shit, and it was still worth it.
Oh, Kurt.
Worst part, Michael Cole's on the call.
Oh, yeah.
Bear! He was even more prepubescent sounding.
Really bad.
With his fucking goatee.
Oh, God.
When The Rock came back, he was getting some fucking pops. Jesus Christ. That place was getting loud.
Yeah.
But
even at Royal Rumble, it was really loud.
Dude, every single week after the Royal Rumble, it's getting quieter.
And depending on what city he's in.
Yep.
Like
the people, where the majority of us are, the smart marks, that are, God, why can't he just be there every single time?
The big cities.
Yeah.
Not just the little ones, the silent ones that maybe never are going to see a Raw or something like that.
Yeah.
If his ass would have touched down in Chicago, the booze would have been in abundance.
Yep. Yeah. I just see him just losing all the fizz out of his old, superhero. I don't know. What the fuck was he talking about? Like his mom became cancer. I forgot what his motivation is, but this isn't
like I said, dude. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Brahma Bull's dead. It's Dwayne.
R.I.P.
It's Dwayne Johnson at this point. And it's like his whole thing is like he's a movie star now. Like he doesn't even come out in stupid ass, silk shirts and the dress pants and the dress shoes and the gaudy ass sunglasses. Yeah, the gaudy ass sunglasses. Yeah. He comes out in this fucking Under Armour. Like he's like this. His whole thing is he's this bodybuilder, tough guy, action star. That's his whole thing, and it's kind of like it sucks. Yep. And the thing is, I like him more in movies now than I do in wrestling. And I never thought I would have said that.
Yeah.
Like when he went, I was like, oh fuck, I never like his movies. Yep. Like he's The Rock, he's not an actor. It's total 180, man. He's full blown actor at this point. Yeah. He's totally like I've never seen someone have ring rust and mic rust.
Yeah.
Like he does. Fucking guy stutters when he talks.
Of
all people, did you think The Rock would ever not be good at cutting a promo?
It's been bad. Yesterday was brutal for me, and I keep saying, damn you, Lucifer, for fucking bringing this to my attention. Because I'm telling you,
just repeats himself.
Bad.
Yep.
It's like a stutter. It's like a speech impediment.
I'm trying that out at work whenever I'm bossing people around. You saw me. I'm trying to, when I give a point, I repeat myself when I do the point every single time. I think it's starting to work.
Make no mistake about it. No mistake about it.
Make no mistake about it.
No mistake about it.
No mistake.
Listen perfectly clear. I'm going to make this perfectly clear. The Rock is going to make this perfectly clear.
And the build-up has been so bad. Because if the fucking Rock can't be there, then John can't do anything. You see what I'm saying? And then, we're going to build up, we're going to show you the same promo we've showed you the last, 3 weeks.
It's been bad.
Oh, and you want to see The Rock? Okay, we're going to show you this trailer of him in G.I. Joe again. Like, no. I want to see... It's just no. It's complete no.
It's like, hey, we unveiled this new belt. You're only going to see it 4 times.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. How many times have we seen?
I totally forgot that there was a new belt. I swear to God.
What does he have? What is that?
Oh yeah, you got a new belt. I totally forgot. How long is that? 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, but that was Cena's belt. He said.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the build-up has been awful. I hate the promos. Last year's promos were on the spot, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was cheering for Cena the entire time. Because I knew this was going to happen, where The Rock would come back as this part-time thing and never come back again. And if he did, it'd be for like that one-stop shop thing, and that'd be over with. I wanted Cena to win last year, and when he was cutting those promos, the old Cena was starting to come out.
Oh,
and they were super the whole fucking time. Solid.
I did.
And these are complete opposite.
And then when he was doing the people's elbow thing, I was like, holy shit, is this a heel turn? Like last year?
Yeah.
And of course, The Rock gets up with his torn quad. I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, by the way, The Rock had a torn quad. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Says who?
Dude, I don't know. This is gonna get booed so much when Cena wins.
Yeah.
If he wins clean as a face.
Yeah, it'll be bad.
It's gonna be.
Because at this point, there's no favorite. The only ones that are invested in this emotionally are the 12-year-olds.
And the only way it worked out last year, to the extent that it did, is because we were in Miami.
Of course.
You know,
That's
it's gonna take it, to the next level. And Vince is smart. G.I. Joe's coming out, have him as a chance.
Why shouldn't a Rock rider?
Or Riot.
Yeah. I wish I could see the days again of. Part of me's thinking it. Cena wins as a face, and then we see the fucking big reveal of Hogan as the third man in NWO and the fucking garbage coming in. Like, how amazing would that shit be as your lasting memory of WrestleMania? Cena gets his belt back. Redemption! He gets it! Garbage everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Pull the plug. We're done. We're done now. We're done.
Lesnar guys like blocking him.
No, like this. Like, oh, Julian. Block it with his chest. No,
He's like, fucking hate that guy.
Oh, man. God, that fucking hurt.
Oh, shit.
Trying so hard to get his attention when we were at Raw.
That shit's gotta stink, too.
Yeah,
He only wears that one shirt. You know he works a lather in it, too.
and it's not like it's a fucking Lesnar shirt or anything.
Oh, what the?
It's just some gaudy affliction shirt. So he quote-unquote blends in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that kind of got my interest up a little bit, one of the guys from work, Josh, was telling me he was reading somewhere. I forgot where he got this info. I'm not sure if this is legit or not. But if it is, this is pretty cool stuff. He was telling me that The Rock was quoted somewhere. It said that he promises that he's going to give the people what they want from WrestleMania. What do the people want most? He's going to win one way or another.
Heel turn?
So that gets my hopes up. Again, I'm betting on all of it because I think CM Punk, shows a face turn, disappears. Cena becomes this major heel. Can't nobody get close to beating him. He finds a way to win every single time, but now he's doing it, the Eddie Guerrero style.
What if he loses at Mania? Because Rock's scheduled to...
Be at Extreme
Rules.
Right. What if Cena loses at Mania and fucking snaps?
Like loses his mind?
Yeah, just fucking snaps. And the easiest way to get him over as a heel, chair shot to the fucking head.
Yeah, I was saying the exact same thing.
Bam.
Yeah.
I would just shit everywhere.
Yeah, make him, cut him open too, make him bleed.
Oh, God. You know The Rock likes to bleed. He'll have his eyes roll back in his head, he'll be spitting everywhere.
Like a fish, just shaking in the water.
He's on so many steroids that cut would probably just heal right up.
He's
like fucking Wolverine at
I
this
was thinking
point.
the same shit.
Fucking quads made of adamantium, apparently. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's what the belt's made of. That's why he's the only one that can carry it.
Shit.
It's like a Superman. Oh, Jesus.
Are you guys ready to see the O with the 3 fingers on the belt replacing the brown bowl? You ready for that? The plates are coming. They're on their way.
Turn the mail.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
But I'll take that too. If Rock does retain and Cena does that, then I'll gladly take that to close out WrestleMania, and it was worth watching.
Either way, you just want to see the heel turn. That's it.
Any way you want it, I'll take it.
That's the way you need it.
That way too. Anything you got, Dick?
Man. Rock win. I'm sorry. Cena wins, and I'm gonna be the one that goes, completely out of the box. Cena wins, holds the belt up, smiles. Everyone goes, "Oh, I'm happy."
Champ is here.
Champ is here.
You're gonna hear Keen say it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't see the heel turn. I want it, but you know what? It ain't gonna happen. And I'm gonna say it right now. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
They're gonna somehow put a ladder in the ring so he can climb it and hold the fucking belt up and smile. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to happen.
Fucking poster of any DVD ever. I will never purchase that. I don't care what's in that fucking DVD. What's in that pay-per-view. I will never get that damn thing with a John's face on that. When you sent me that fucking Instagram where it's just in focus in his face, God.
I'll post that later on today.
God, I hate that so much.
I've been trying to save that picture before Mania to be like, "Will we see this?" But you know what? Fuck it. Every day I'm gonna post that picture.
Holding different things.
I'm gonna have it's gonna be crude Microsoft Paint shit, but I'll find a way.
Like new pair of Jordans come out, and you got the box in his hand.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
No, see Easter Pass. We put the Ten Commandments.
All right. He's gonna rise. I love it.
No.
Well, that's pretty much the card entirely. We went pretty in depth, and I think we got some good, maybe possible swerves. We'll see what happens. I am not excited for this WrestleMania at all, and my hopes are nowhere near high.
I'm not excited, but I'm hoping that it surprises me. My hopes are low, so you know what? Give me something good.
I'm just glad that I'm paying $5 for the pizza. I mean, at least I'm getting fed.
But I got you $5.
Sure, I'll take that. So, even for free, even better.
There you go.
No fried pickles at all?
Nah, I can't order those. You should. And an order of fried pickles. After she fucking smoked half of them.
Yeah, no
Fucking
joke.
ashtray.
I'm gonna go outside and have a smoke.
If you need something, bang on the window.
Just bang.
Oh yeah, you're used to that.
We're doing some banging, baby.
Not fanging and banging.
No.
Just straight banging.
No fanging.
I had to get our Gangrel reference in there.
Have to, every
10
episode.
10 episodes, man. We had to get
I won't stop.
Until I see blood.
Talk about my steaks like raw.
Alright. Thanks for listening. This has been the WrestleMania episode of A Life on the MidCard. We're hoping for a good show. You guys got anything else before we close out?
Nah, episode 10. We've done 10 episodes already. You know what? Sorry again. Last week we didn't have one, but Roto's all healed up. He had that knee replacement transplant surgery with Rey Mysterio. He
Had to get my knee, bro.
Roto hasn't felt shittier.
I just wanted to help him out. You know? Bad knees, then, now, forever.
Ray is so dumb, dude. It's ridiculous.
He's like, Toad, thanks for the knee. He's gonna go out there and do a frog splash for me.
Oh my god!
That's my finishing maneuver.
Yep. The Toad Splash.
The toadstool.
Roto, you got anything else, man?
Not really.
What can they find us on Twitter?
The internet.
That too.
Yeah,
We're on there.
It's the little @MidCard Radio.
Make sure you tune in. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week as we review WrestleMania, and hopefully it'll be a good one. All right, guys, catch you next time.
They tried so